Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy's decision will affect Hope's future. Remy will also fight for Deke. At Forrester Creations, some models will hit the runway and show off a fresh batch of designs for Hope for the future. Both Steffy and Ridge will watch the models in action before giving their final blessing, so these designs should come sanctioned. Hope will be relieved and appreciative. Formerly Steffy makes her decision along with Ridge. It's clear that Steffy will be agitated about the new vision for Hope for the future, so she'll compliment Hope on the designs before effects turn more particular. Steffy will also let Hope know she's happy about her engagement to Liam, so it'll feel like these two are really turning the runner. Losing Liam brought Steffy and Hope together, so they'll keep the love fest going and remain on good terms in Wednesday's show. There's always a chance Hope and Steffy's contest will return down the road, but they'll enjoy getting along for now. Still, she may understand why and prompt Hope to support her son on this, if Steffy gets updates on Beth wanting to leave Sheila out of the marriage fests. Remy planned to do everything in his power to fix effects with Deke. Since Deke is still reeling over the horror Remy put Elektra through, it doesn't feel like he'll be ready to forgive and forget anytime soon. Remy will hold out stopgap that he can recapture Deke's trust ultimately and ever keep this love alive. That's why Remy will make plenitude of pledges and do whatever he can to move Deke. Their future could still be bright. Remy may have his work cut out for him. Beth wanted to leave Sheila off the guest list while Taylor moved thwarted Ridge. At Forrester Creations, Brooke gave Ridge updates on Cleric reuniting with Sheila. Ridge was confused when Brooke suggested Taylor was the reason why. Brooke refocused out that Taylor played up the power of her mission and inspired Cleric to give Sheila another chance. At Sheila and Deacon's place, she remained enraptured over their reunion and admitted she'd paid Taylor a visit to thank her. Sheila ultimately played up how she wanted to attend Hope and Liam's marriage by Deacon's side, which would show off their strength as a couple. In the Forrester exchange, Elektra claimed in reason couldn't fix what Remy did and pledged that she'd no way forgive him. Although Elektra praised Deke as a good Joe, she refocused out that his swain easily wasn't. Deke dashed out of the room, so Remy contended after him and prayed for a chance to explain in the design office. While Elektra, Will, Katie, and Daphne bandied Remy's whimwams just showing up like that, Remy tried to get through to Deke in private. Remy cried over being hysterical he'd lose Deke, who called what Remy did to Elektra crazed. Although Remy knew he'd made miscalculations in the history, he contended with Deke to see him for who he was now. At Brooke's house, Bill was taken suddenly to learn Beth would be serving as Hope and Liam's marriage officiant. After Bill joked around with Beth, he expressed how proud he was of Liam for repairing his family. Hope arrived latterly. She bandied further marriage plans with Beth and Liam. Beth admitted there was someone she didn't want at the espousal since that person made her feel weird. Liam and Hope wondered who Beth meant, so she confessed she was talking about Sheila. Sheila may have some bad news headed her way now that Beth's standing against her involvement. Sheila and Remy may scheme together. Will Remy and Sheila strike a new deal that leads to indeed further romantic trouble? Sheila thinks Deacon has come back to her thanks to his sessions with Taylor. Although Sheila is hoping to do effects right this time and renew their romantic future, she's in for a rude awakening. Sheila will inescapably realize Taylor and Deacon are attracted to each other. There's a spark between Deacon and Taylor that they'll have a hard time letting go. Remy will plan to do whatever it takes to repair the damage with Deke and restore the trust between them. That's not going to be an easy task, so Remy could turn to Sheila as a confidant and seek her advice. Sheila has helped Remy in the history and may find herself in a position to offer further backing. Sheila may want commodity for herself in return. Since Sheila needs to keep her hands clean and prove to Deacon she can stay on her stylish jest, she might put Remy to work sabotaging his bond with Taylor. Remy might carry out some orders for Sheila as he works to keep Taylor and Deacon piecemeal. Sheila may decide that if Taylor's out of the way, Cleric will concentrate on only her again. Cleric and Sheila's marriage is back on truly solid ground. She may argue that Deacon will embrace her mission and push Deke to forgive Remy, too. It'd be intriguing to see Remy join forces with Sheila as they work on achieving romantic bliss. This seems like a situation where Sheila and Remy would eventually get caught conniving together, so that could lead to indeed further drama. Remy and Sheila will have their work cut out for them no matter what. We've to ask, is Ian Buchanan returning as Dr. James? Taylor book choice could be an indication, so we should consider the possibility that James' comeback is in the workshop. Taylor was seen holding James' book in her office. James' name could be seen on the front along with his print that was displayed on the reverse cover. James was Taylor's tutor formerly upon a time, but he also reckoned on her for help with some muddled-up family issues. Taylor and James were romantically entangled in colorful ways over the times, so there's a history between them. James has a history with Sheila as well, some of it good and some of it bad. Sheila's internal problems made effects complicated, but James did have a child with Sheila and was preliminarily married to her. Eric summoned him to estimate Sheila's internal health. Sheila wound up blackmailing James over his anodyne dependence and backed him into a delicate corner. Plenitude of suckers would like to see Ian Buchanan duplication his part as Dr. James Warwick. Taylor's been spotted with his book. It could be the show's way of offering an indication about James' imminent comeback. Sheila may be poised to go back off the rails. It might be the perfect time to plump James. It's always a blast when former characters get back in the blend, so James' return would be a welcome bone. How would you feel about Ian Buchanan stepping back into Dr. James Warwick's shoes for a bit? Still, we'll be sure to pass along updates if any sanctioned news emerges about James returning. Sheila, Taylor, and Deacon have some love triangle mayhem in their unborn anyhow. Finn and Steffy coming stunner may be brewing. Will he push for Sheila family acceptance and prove just how important she's softened toward her? There was a time when they despised Sheila further than anyone differently on oil. Finn and Steffy nearly faced a grim fate in the alley behind Il Giardino thanks to Sheila, so Lee would have had every right to hold a grudge ever. We can't forget how Sheila went after Lee in a vehicle chase that led to an explosion, which traumatized Lee and nearly wiped her off the chart. It was preliminarily hard to imagine Lee ever permitting Sheila, much lower developing any kind of fellowship with her. Nonetheless, that's ever happened since Sheila and Lee are getting musketeers who support each other. That whole fire with Luna brought Lee and Sheila together, so suckers have been replying to their crazy connection. It still feels weird for Lee to be advancing a sympathetic observance and acting like Sheila's excrescencies are no worse than anyone differently's. Lee did raise an eyebrow when Sheila dropped that hint about killing Taylor if anything unhappy happened with Cleric. Lee putatively believed Sheila when she acted like it was just an expression and claimed that she wasn't that person presently. Since Lee is relating with Sheila more and more each day, could she ultimately make a pitch on Sheila's behalf? It's possible Lee will try to score Sheila some grandma time with Hayes and Kelly. Lee faced some counter-reaction for her conduct regarding Luna, but she'll stopgap to repair her relationship with Finn and move forward. Lee will eventually argue that Sheila deserves a chance to do the same and see the grandkids, too. Both Finn and Steffy may be in for a shock when it comes to Lee's station adaptation toward Sheila. Lee is presumably the last person Steffy and Finn ever allowed. Would defend Sheila or step up for her in any way. That might be what Lee will do, at least if Sheila can manage to keep herself out of trouble long enough. Effects could change if Sheila targets Taylor, but we'll just have to stay and see if she'll be suitable to restrain herself. Lee and Sheila will keep relating in the meantime.